This is Good Morning San Diego.
All right, parents, listen up, and high school students, listen up if you're watching. There is a new device that's been invented by a company. It's Alcohol Research Incorporated. Maury Cole is here to explain how this new device works. We also have Mark Powell, who is with the San Diego County Office of Education. He's a board member, joining us here in studio. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
It's a very, very important issue because we know, and we have been reporting for many, many months now, that vaping is has become a serious problem, especially among our youth. And you, sir, your company has created an e-vape device to show kids, to educate the kids and their families what happens when you vape. Is that correct?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so what are we looking at before I get to Mark? What are we looking at here, Maury?
Okay, right now you have your lungs. What we have is a simulated lung that shows exactly what's going on once you start smoking e-vape. One of the biggest problems that's going on right now is when kids are smoking that, only X amount of the vape comes out. But there's an amount that stays in and it turns back into a fluid. And that's what's collecting in their lungs and causing all the sickness. So when you have the vitamin E and all of that, so once you take a vape in, not all of it comes out, but it has to turn back into condensation, and that stays in the lungs. When that stays in the lungs, that's where the big problem is coming from. So to have this apparatus in the schools to show the kids, okay, when someone hands you a vaping device and you don't know exactly what it is, this is what's going on. Okay, it might be something playful to you at the moment, but you need to understand exactly the harms of it in the end result.
Absolutely, and here we have a brand new device invented to help educate and really see what the effects could be like. You mentioned, vape devices. My gosh, there's so many different kind. Mark Powell with the County Office of Education, you are all over this.
Correct.
Because your big passion is to help combat drugs and alcohol among our youth. And you brought some examples of what some vaping devices look like.
Yes, I did. So what kids are doing is they're bringing in devices like this. This device will look like a regular watch, for an athletic watch. But when you depress this button on the side and you pull this face out, it's actually a vaping pen or vaping device. And you put the vape inside this device right here, put it together. Teachers are unaware. You also have a memory stick. You find this in everybody's backpack. In actuality, it's a vape device where the drugs or nicotine go in here. And even to the degree where you'll have a hoodie sweatshirt. Do you have a hoodie sweatshirt? This little strand right here is actually part of the pipe. And the pipe is hidden inside the hood itself. And the pipe will look like this. This is what's hidden inside the hoodie. So parents and teachers are having a really hard time just identifying what my kids are doing or what the students are doing. However, to combat this technology, Maury Cole has invented this technology, which I think is state of the art. Nobody has this.
So La Jolla Alcohol Research Incorporated, which is the company, are you working with schools? Are we already at that point where you're going to be going to schools, or is it not there yet?
It's not there yet, but we're getting very close. I've been working with San Diego School Board. They've been looking at this product already. As a matter of fact, this is the machine that we use in research labs today. So it's the exact same technology, the exact same machine, just minus the rats and mice. Don't want to bring nothing like that into a school, but wanted to change it so that the kids are using the exact same equipment that we have in the lab. So took away the rat and the mouse chamber, brought in a brain and a simulated lung. NIH has an educational program on the tablet, and so the kids can actually do the experiment. Now we have a phase 1, a phase 2, and a phase 3. So the phase 1 is pretty much introductory area for the experiment, but the phase 2 is what we really want to target on. So we're going to have facial recognition where the student himself can be the subject.
Wow, and that's all part of it.
So when they're vaping methamphetamine and some of these other drugs, they'll see their own face start to change over time. But we're going to add like a shock value element to it where the tablet is going to send them a text message and say that they
Yeah.
died in the night
Sure.
for drug complications, and then they have to come into class the next morning and do the mathematics of death.
Talk about a very
Yes.
powerful education this will be for our kids. As we wrap here, Mark,
Yes.
what do you want San Diego to know as it relates to
Well, I
this
want
new
parents to
device?
be aware of what's going on because kids do not see the danger of vaping. Now, one thing is marijuana is legal, and also some certain things have set up where they're saying, well, it's really not the vape, it's what you put in it. So we have to just
Yeah.
all be vigilant.
Well, this was very, very interesting. We'd love to keep in touch with you and have you back on another day to continue talking about this brand new device to help educate our students, parents, and the schools. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
We'll be
Thank
right
you.
back.